Hello everyone. Let's do the revision of the syllabus, children. We will do in the question form today, children. My first question is, what is reactivity series of metals? The reactivity series of what is reactivity series of metals? Okay, the reactivity series of metals is a list of common metals arranged in the decreasing order of reactivity. Arranged in the decreasing order of reactivity. This is known as a reactivity series of a metal. Now children, let me know, under what condition will a metal react with the salt solution of another metal? So what will be the answer, children? A metal will only react with the salt solution if it is placed higher in the reactivity series. A metal will only react with the salt solution if it is placed higher in the reactivity series than the metal in the salt. Then the metal in the salt. Then only that the action will be taken. Fine, children. Now write word equation and chemical equations for the following reactions, children. So let us do first reaction is reaction with zinc. Reaction of zinc with sulfuric acid. Okay. So it is ZnSO4 plus H2. Okay, next one, let us do the next, children. That is the reaction of magnesium with sulfuric acid. Magnesium plus sulfuric acid, MgSO4 plus H2. Okay, now children, let us do, this was the reaction. You should know how to do the reaction, everyone. Now the next question is, let me see. The next question we are going to do that differentiate between inexhaustible natural resources and exhaustible natural resources. Inexhaustible, children. Inexhaustible and exhaustible natural resources. Okay. Now, how can we differentiate among these two? So, inexhaustible resources, these are resources of which there is a limitless supply. Sunlight and air are the examples. Okay. Sunlight and air. Exhaustible, these are the resources whose supply is limited. Whose supply is limited, children. Fine. Now their overuse should therefore be avoided, and the examples are forest, wildlife. These are the examples, and wildlife. Okay, these were the differences between the inexhaustible and exhaustible natural resources. Now come to the next question, children. Differentiate between luminous and non-luminous flame. Differentiate between luminous and non-luminous flame. Okay. Now, luminous and non-luminous flame, children. Okay. Now, in the case of a luminous flame, a yellow flame is also known as a luminous flame, as it emits a it emits a lot of light. And non-luminous, a blue flame is known as a non-luminous flame. It emits a very little light, children. Okay, this was the difference between the luminous and the non-luminous flame. Now come to the next question is, name any 5 hormones with their functions and the gland that secretes it. 5 hormones. Okay. Name any 5 hormones and what you have to do, and you have to tell their functions and the glands that secrete. Okay, so let us do. First one is the thyroid gland. Which hormones it secretes, children? You all know it, I know, that is thyroxine hormone it secretes. And what is the role of it? Thyroxine, it regulates body metabolism. Okay, an important role in the growth and development. Now come to the adrenal gland. Which hormone it is? Adrenaline hormone is secreted by it, children. It helps in the defense of the body in emergency situations. In emergency situations. Okay, now the pituitary gland. Now which hormone it secretes? Thyroid stimulating and growth hormone. Growth hormone helps in the growth and development of the body, children. And the thyroid stimulating hormone. Thyroid stimulating hormone stimulates the growth and the function of the thyroid gland. Now pancreas, which hormone is secreted? Insulin, children. What is the role of this insulin? This insulin regulates, children, the blood sugar level. Now ovaries, what is their location? That is located in the pelvic region. Which hormone is secreted, children? That the name of the hormone is estrogen. Name of the hormone is estrogen. It controls the development of sexual characteristics in female. That is estrogen. Now testes, which hormone is secreted? That is known as, children, testosterone. Okay. Now what is the function of it, children? It controls the development of secondary sexual characteristics in male. This was all about the hormone, their functions and the name of the gland that secretes it. Now children, let us talk about some of the physical changes. Name any 3 physical changes occurring during the puberty. Okay, so any 3 you can tell about the 12 physical changes. Physical changes, development of reproductive organs, children. In the case of this, in girls, the ovaries enlarge and start producing mature eggs, and in the boys, testes and penis develops completely and testes start producing sperms. Okay, these are the development of the reproductive organs. Then in the change in the body shape, it is there increase in height and weight, enlargement of breast, change in voice, increased activity of sweat and oil glands. Okay, now children, what is an electrolyte? What is an electrolyte? Let us discuss about the electrolyte. What is an electrolyte? A liquid that conducts electricity because of the presence of ions is called an electrolyte. Okay, children. Now, the next question is, which of the ions in sodium chloride solution goes towards the anode and which goes towards the cathode? So, it is Na plus and Cl minus. So, which will go towards the anode? This chloride ions will go towards the anode. Anode is positively charged, and this will go, sodium ions will go towards the cathode. It is negatively charged. Fine, children. Now, the next question is related to distinguish between anode and cathode. The difference between the cathode and anode. Difference between cathode and anode. So, these two are the electrodes, children. Okay, and the electrode connected to the negative terminal of the battery, that is known as cathode, and the electrode which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, that is known as anode. Fine, children. Now, let us come to the next question is, what is dispersion? The next question is to define dispersion. Okay, define dispersion. The process of splitting of white light into many colors. White light into many colors, that is known as dispersion. Okay, now the next question is, what is hypermetropia? What is, children, hypermetropia? If the image is formed behind the retina, if the image is formed behind the retina, if the image is formed behind the retina, it results in an eye defect that is known as hypermetropia. Okay, that is known as hypermetropia, or it can also be known as long sightedness, children. And how it can be corrected? It can be corrected by wearing spectacles of convex lenses. Okay, children. Now, the next question is, what is blind spot? What is blind spot? The portion, there is a portion, children. Blind spot. There is a portion on the retina where the nerve fibers enter the optic nerve. This portion does not have any rods and cones. This portion doesn't have any rods and cones, and images falling on this portion of the retina cannot be seen. This cannot be seen, children. Cannot be seen. This portion is known as a blind spot. Now, the next one is, write the functions or discuss the functions of ciliary muscles. Ciliary muscles and iris, children. So, this ciliary muscles control the focal length of the eye lens, children. And this next one, iris, it is a colored part of the eye and is involved mainly in controlling the size of the pupil. controlling the size of the pupil. Fine, children. Now, the next question is, what is meant by focal length of a lens? What is meant by focal length of a lens? Focal length, focal length of a lens. What is meant by focal length of a lens? The distance between the optical center and the focus of the lens is called focal length. Distance between the optical center, children. Distance between the optical center, distance between the optical center and the focus of the lens, that is known as a focal length of a lens. Okay. Now the next question is, describe the image formed by a convex lens when the object is beyond 2f. When the object is beyond 2f, children. So what type of image will be formed? Okay. So what type of image? Image is diminished, real and inverted. Okay. And the position of the image is between f2 and 2f2. f2 and 2f2, children. Okay. Now children, this way we have done the image revision of all these lessons. Some of the questions we have discussed. Okay, children. Thank you so much.